Hi, I'm Claire Fallon.
I'm Emma Gray.
We're the hosts of Here to Make Friends, a podcast for anyone who loves
or loves to hate
the Bachelor franchise.
So we're here to talk about Hometown Week.
Oh my gosh!
Everyone always looks forward to hometowns, and the parents always have a little competition. Who's going to be the sweetest, the standout, the most skeptical?
Who's this Colton guy?
So let's start with that, most skeptical parent, and we had some strong contenders.
Oh yeah, there were a few here, but I think we're going to have to give this one to Cassie's dad.
Yeah.
First, he just refers to Colton as a guy.
We don't know him, but he seemed like a, guy.
He's not wrong.
Accurate. He pretty explicitly asks Cassie if she's really ready to get engaged, if Colton's really ready to get engaged, and isn't she 23? She has a whole life in front of her.
Oh my gosh, I'm not dumb.
And while Tayshia's dad also had some really tough questions,
You don't microwave relationships.
it's Cassie's dad who withholds his permission at the end, or at least his blessing.
Really
for
puts
Colton
him
to
over the
propose.
edge for most
Exactly.
skeptical. Next, we have most adorably mushy parent.
This is always a fun one. And we're going to have to give that to Kaylin's dad.
I loved her stepfather, John.
Thank you.
He was just darling. We got some man tears.
Can I have a hug? I love you so much.
Big proponent of adult men showing emotion without shame. So
Everyone
yes,
should cry.
More crying.
Next, most likely to not actually be that afraid of heights.
Tayshia, we had heard, was very afraid of heights, which is why she got the bungee jumping date previously. But then, of her own choice, she made her and Colton jump out of a plane to skydive. And I just don't think that's a choice you make when you are really phobic of heights.
I think she played the long game. I think she put I'm afraid of heights in her Bachelor quiz
It's what you should do.
so that she would get the
Right.
adrenaline rush date she secretly wanted.
It's that's why I would say I'm really afraid of puppies.
Yeah, I'm sure they would believe that. It's a great strategy. Next, scariest hometown activity. It might sound like we'd be about to say Tayshia skydiving, which was pretty scary.
But no,
It's actually Hannah's date, an etiquette lesson.
terrifying.
I would be much more afraid to be yelled at for how I eat bread for 2 hours.
Yeah, you're doing it all wrong. You haven't placed your napkin correctly. You haven't torn your bread correctly. I mean, there's just a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And it's all pretty terrifying.
Colton was pretty game for both dates, but personally, I would have been shaking in my boots. Next, we have most confused about whether she's definitely ready to get married or definitely maybe not ready to get married.
Cassie, she's unsure about a lot of things.
Yeah.
She wants her parents to trust her, that she wouldn't be here if she wasn't serious. But is she ready to get engaged? Who can really say? Is she falling in love with Colton? Who can really say? But she's there and she's serious. And Colton is the most into her, so.
Let's go.
Next, we have most embarrassing performance.
Hannah's rap. She does. She raps.
Mom and Dad chilling and Colton sitting here. Once you guys will talk to him, there'll be no fear. Hey!
It shook me to my core.
Yeah, we really encourage all of our Bachelor contestants, but especially the white ones, not to rap while there are cameras pointed at you, or ever, but especially when there are cameras pointed at you. Just a little tip from us. Next, we have most likely to make Colton jump the fence.
We've been waiting for this moment for forever, it feels like. And we have to say that only one person could really push Colton over the edge, and it's Cassie. We saw Cassie in tears in the preview. We see Colton, for the 1,000th time, hoist his entire large football-playing body over a giant fence and just disappear into the night. And next week, we'll finally find out why.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Cassie does to him. Speaking of Cassie, most likely to win.
Cassie.
I mean,
She's getting a lot this week.
yeah. I mean, it could be Hannah G, who is still playing very strong. And we did get that shot of Cassie in a car crying.
True.
And yet Colton is so determined to have her that part of me really believes that that's what's gonna happen.
I agree. And most likely to be the next Bachelorette. Of course, it's still anyone's game, but I'm going to give this one to Kaylin. She had a really sympathetic and heartfelt and heartbreaking exit.
Just one-sided, I guess.
She has a really interesting backstory. I think she's the top contender right now.
I'm so excited.
That's it for this week's Superlatives. Join us again for more love
And snark.
when we discuss next week's episode of The Bachelor.
And until then, you can listen to Here to Make Friends on Apple or anywhere you get your podcasts.